everyone, this is Jay from Heroes to Icons, and it's been quite a long time since we made a video, and I guess it's appropriate that I would come back with this type of video after Marvel's 10 years and 22 films has wrapped up with Avengers Endgame, and if you haven't seen it, there's nothing I can do for you. But in this video here, I'm going to be talking about what we might expect from the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or even what we would like, or shall I say, what I might like from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'll tell you something real quick about the books that I have in the background. I got a new independent book from my boy in Florida, Wes Clark, Jack Spinks, which is, I think it's only a 7-page story, but it has some backup details, sketches, etc. in the back. Really cool book. And it's called 7 to 7. You definitely need to pick that up. I think if you just look up 7 to 7 comic book, it should take you to the website to pick it up. It's not too expensive. I bought 2. And he signed it. It's pretty dope. And got my hardcover of Heroes here, just because. And now that Endgame is over, and the fans, comic book fans, film fans, and everybody else is looking toward the future, I think we know a little bit of what Kevin Feige and Marvel/Disney is going to do. And we know the only film that's on the slate that's 99.9% coming through is the Eternals. I don't have the Eternals #1. This was like series 3 by Neil Gaiman and John Romita Jr. But being the fact that Infinity War and Endgame had everything to do with outer space, I mean, there's no doubt that the Eternals will probably show the birth of humans and deviants on the planet, as well as the Celestials. So we can definitely look forward to that. And I think Angelina Jolie is supposed to play Cersei, supposedly. But who can tell in such things, right? As far as the Avengers is concerned, I know Tony's dead, Captain America is old. So, what's going to happen from there? I think the Avengers will survive, but it will be any sort of difference between the Mighty Avengers and Brian Michael Bendis' New Avengers. And I don't know who's going to be on the team, but definitely, Spidey's around. And Ronan is there. Obviously, Cap and Iron Man are not going to be in there, but there may be some iteration of them in it. And as far as the Mighty Avengers are concerned, we know that Captain Marvel is supposed to lead the charge, even though she don't look like that no more. But what can we do? As far as going for Captain America's replacement, those who have seen the film know that he gave his shield to Sam Wilson, the Falcon. And him and Winter Soldier are supposed to be getting a show on the Disney app. But will he be like this in the show? Who knows? He might be. Then again, he might not, because it's called Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, here he's Captain America. And other spoilers, as far as Thor may be concerned, he was going back and forth with Star-Lord on a ship at the end of the movie. He called them the Asgardians of the galaxy. Even though Thor's not on this team, they got 2 wannabe Thors here. But we can definitely most likely have the current Guardians and Thor, and I would make no mistake that in the new Guardians of the Galaxy, besides showing Adam Warlock, that Angela might make her presence known. And as for Thor's replacement, besides the fact that he gave New Asgard to the Valkyrie, but if Chris Hemsworth continues or he does not, the all the jumps and shifts between the time continuum and stuff like that, with Captain America jumping back in time and staying in the past and stuff like that, when he came back to give Sam Wilson the shield, he had the shield, but he didn't have Mjolnir. I don't know if anybody picked up on that. But since Marvel says that they are looking for more females in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it wouldn't surprise me if they had a Jane Foster-esque Thor. Which, me personally, I don't have anything against it. I loved it. I'm actually in the midst of trying to collect the entire Jane Foster Thor run by Jason Aaron. It was amazing. And of course, everybody's thinking about with the emergence of the Eternals and the X gene and all of that. We can make no mistake. I don't know how that might be 7 years down the line. Who knows? But that we might have some iteration of the X-Men come along. And no doubt we'll probably have Wolverine and God knows who else they're going to pick with this Dark Phoenix movie coming out, and how much of a sour taste that may leave in people's mouths depends on how fast they also reboot it. But there's no doubt we can look for the X-Men to be placed within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And a big thing, which I guess because I watched the movie just recently, I kind of picked up on, is what's happening in Wakanda. We know that, the Black Panther sequel was announced and all of that, but nobody knew that it was going to be a 5-year time jump. And the fact that him and his sister was dead, and Okoye was actually, I guess, running point over in Wakanda. But we know how that goes with royalty and people vying for the crown and all of that other type of stuff. Like, what is it going to be over there? And this would be dope to actually have Shuri as the Black Panther, and I think it's part of the Nase Coates run where Black Panther goes to outer space. That'd be pretty cool. And one of the ending caps, I believe personally, which I believe will probably be the end of Phase 4, what I'm hoping to be the end of Phase 4, because there's a lot of gaps open, excuse me, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. Tony Stark is dead. They don't have any super duper duper smart person to really take care of anything. S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't have an agent really that really works along with S.H.I.E.L.D. And they need somebody almost as space intervention for the Earth that's not Captain Marvel, because she's always leaving. And none other than the Fantastic Four, of course. Personally, I think that'd be a great segue for them into it. And everybody's, talking about Secret Wars and stuff like that, but I think that was just them paying homage to Secret Wars. Not that Secret Wars would be the last event, but whatever movies they have lined up, if the Fantastic Four is almost like the Avengers, how they were in Phase 1, how the Avengers ended Phase 1, the Fantastic Four should end Phase 4. Personally, it'd just be great just to see them interact, going out to outer space, putting satellites over there, getting blasted with the power cosmic, and thus becoming who they are. And also Spider-Man he had a time jump. And I don't know how they're going to work that with Homecoming and this and that or whatever, but it's Spider-Man. And I think he's basically going to, you know, probably graduate within like the next movie or so and really become like the amazing Spider-Man, inspired by the death of Tony Stark, to really embrace that with great power comes great responsibility. And I don't think we have too much worries as long as they stick with Tom Holland and don't do all of this jumping around the way they do. I think we'll be pretty safe with that. The Spider-Man Homecoming was dope. Far From Home looks dope. As long as they don't, you know, oversaturate them with the villains and they know how to play it the way they played it in Homecoming, I think we should be all right about that. And there's a few other things that, not that anybody's talked about it, not that I've heard anything, but I would definitely like these few things implemented within the Marvel Universe. You know, 5 years have passed, and governments and so on and so forth have their things going on, and it would be awesome if Canada had their own superhuman group. I love Alpha Flight. Well, I love the old school Alpha Flight with John Byrne doing artwork and all of that there. I think that would be pretty dope. And you know, they have their own slash Iron Man on the team, who is Vindicator. They're super speedsters. They're a shapeshifter, a Wolverine type character, but he's small and agile. Puck. They have a Scarlet Witch type character who's Shaman, and they have their Incredible Hulk character, the Sasquatch. I think that would be really nice to see on a different level, as long as they could get the culture of Canada right in the film. I'll say that, because we all know you go to a different place, things are different, people are different. So as long as they can get that right, it would be pretty dope. And on X-Men tip, I would really like to see them do this, which we also can get, you know, another country, see how things are over there after Thanos' invasion and all that. You see these different countries coming together, getting their own superhero groups together to fight off alien invasions. And the last book that I'm going to show, and I'm only showing this because within comic books right now, I believe this is going to be a big, big thing. And it started as like a offshoot universe from the Marvel Universe, and then they brought it back into the Marvel Universe. And I think the New Avengers that started last year with Ed McGuinness, I think Jason Aaron was writing the Avengers also, and Ed McGuinness was drawing it. Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, and this character had a run-in, and Ghost Rider like incinerated him. And for like the past 15, 20 issues, he hasn't been around. But there was a scene that somebody got a glimpse of the future, and they showed like the Phoenix Wolverine and all this other type of stuff. And there was like 20 hands drawn holding this symbol. And I think with everything with outer space and all that, it would be really cool to see Starbrand somewhere put into the Marvel Universe. And it would make Captain Marvel irrelevant. Not that she needs to be irrelevant, but she needs to be part of the Avengers. And you would have someone that is a space hero that got their powers from, quote unquote, some of the creators of the universe. And that could be like another big event or whatever. But that's what I think is going to be coming from the Marvel Universe. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll be able to make some more videos soon. Until then, I'll catch you at the same bat time, at the same bat channel. Peace. One last thing. I did make a mistake and leave out one of the most important segues in the comic book film industry, and that is the Young Avengers. We don't really know how far they're going to go with this, or if it'll be a film or a television show. But this book right here is pure fire. And with the time jump, we were already given two of the characters that may be part of, hopefully, what the Young Avengers will be. And with WandaVision and all of that coming out, we can only hope that they will have children and their children will be part of this team. But you guys forgive me. That's why I don't like making videos too much. The preparation is ridiculous. But this book is really hot right now. I'm getting ready to ship one off to get graded. And this is Young Avengers #1, the director's cut. So once again, make sure that you pick this book up. If you don't pick none of them up, and you probably have it already. All right? Later.